Hey, 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 happy Thursday. I am excited. Let me get this popped out of here and the chat's open. Don't forget to hit StreamYard if you are in Facebook so that I know who's here. And then give me a big hey, happy Thursday in the chat. I am excited to be here doing meal planning with you today. It is going to be a fantastic session, and I'm so thrilled and just ready to get going. Sonia, I see you. Sue, you made it. I'm so happy you're here. I love this. Love this, love this. Happy Thursday. I've got my flowering tea. It was really pretty today. Hey, Meg. Hey, 10,000 steps. This is fantastic. I'm so excited. So as you are joining us tonight, do say hey in the chat. Let me know that you're here. Make sure you have your workbook and your pen ready to go. If you're new around here, I am Kathy Davis. I'm delivering the Eat More Plants workshop today live in both Facebook and on YouTube. If you are on Facebook, you do need to hit that StreamYard link so that I know that you're here. I'm trying to make sure I say hey to everybody as we're going. Vanessa, yes, good to have you here. Beverly, happy Thursday. Donna, great to have you here. Yes, yes, yes. I'm so excited. Okay, so I'll be guiding you through the strategies and the way that I really do meal planning. It is my number one habit for success. I'm going to share a little bit, real vulnerable, about my pre-planning lifestyle and now my post-planning lifestyle, and really get into the why and the takeaways for that. So as you're joining us, do drop that hey in the chat. Love to see you here. I love that you all know each other. Kim, I can see your posts. Yep, you're good. You're good. You've got StreamYard working. Y'all, we are going to be StreamYard pros when this is all over. It is such a cool platform because it does allow me to stream into the Facebook group and YouTube at the exact same time. So that's good. Loving it. Let's see. So these replays are actually going to be available. I wanted to just update you. I'm going to keep the replays for this workshop up until Wednesday, the 17th at 8 a.m. So if you do miss any of the live stream bonus sessions that I'm going to announce later today, or you need to get caught up because you're brand new. I had some people joining in today. This is their first session. I'm super excited. If that is you, you can get caught up on these sessions in the guides section of the Facebook page, Facebook group, or on YouTube until Wednesday the 17th at 8 a.m. Eastern time. So give yourself time to kind of get caught up and watch these. They do all build on each other, the sessions, but if you watch them out of order, that's not going to be a real problem. And in perfect time for me to remind you that I'm a real person delivering this live. Anything can happen. I travel full-time in an RV, fifth wheel RV with my husband and my 3 cats, and Scoot just happened to jump up here to say hello to you in good fashion. So this is Scooter the cat. He's trying to drink out of my tea, and we're going to try to send him over here. So yes, that can happen. It's real life. Today, I want to be interactive today, so do drop your questions in the chat. It is a lot of, it feels like a lot of chatting like I did yesterday when I was looking over my notes, but it's good stuff, and I want to make sure that we are all in tune. So drop a hey in the chat. Let me know that you're here. Let's see what else I can do for you. Okay, so let's get started on day 4 of the Eat More Plants workshop. I am Kathy Davis, your host, a plant-based lifestyle coach, recipe developer, and cookbook author, and the CEO of Veg Inspired. I help people successfully transition to a plant-based diet by providing a blueprint with practical tips, strategies, and easy and delicious recipes without added stress in the kitchen. So I'm super excited to be here and teach my favorite topic, the number one habit for success, because it is a habit, is meal planning. This weekly habit is the key to success, and it's not really what you think, right? I get this a lot when people hear about my meal planning approach. They're like, well, that's not what I thought it would be. So I really want you to kind of enter into this with an open mind. I'm going to share this strategy so that you can plan like a pro and have your meals planned, your grocery list good. You'll be saving time, saving money. Give me a yay, Yahoo, if you want to save money. and alleviating that stress in the kitchen. I am going to try and really keep track of the workbook today because I got a little off track yesterday. So I have that pulled up on my screen as well. So I'm not going to lie. Meal planning is a popular topic, and it's a popular topic for good reason, because it's hard, right? It's hard, and it's not hard for the reason that you think it's hard. Meal planning is hard because you are literally breaking down your old habits. We have talked all week about mindset, your goal, your why, those obstacles, your affirmations, breaking down those limiting beliefs, reframing your plate. We've talked about all of this. Meal planning is the same way, right? This is about setting up a new intention to approach the way that you plan your meals, plan out your foods, plan out your day, add it to your calendar, and things like that. So in the workbook, meal planning is hard because it is about breaking down those old habits. So today I really want to focus on setting up your meal plan, and then we're actually going to plan a day together so that I can kind of walk you through my process. So give me a yippee, get your workbook, and let's get started. Of course, none of this means anything if you don't incorporate your goal and your why. So think back to that. We talked about it on Monday. It really should be the focus and the driver of every single thing that you do with intention as you move towards this goal. And as with anything, reaching a goal such as the ones you have require change of thoughts. That's why we walked through a lot of mindset, and then of course, change of habits. So as you've been going through this workshop, I just want to know, and maybe you don't have to put it in the chat unless you want to, but have you had any major breakthroughs this week on where you've maybe had blocks in the past that have held you back from achieving this goal, or any habits that have held you back, or you've tried it, you've done it, you were successful, and then those old habits crept back? Have you had those breakthroughs? That's really what I want you to kind of see with meal planning as well. I want you to see it as a completely new approach, right? So quick backstory, my experience with grocery shopping was always, here's your list, write down the things that sound good, go to the store, pick out the things that sound good, fly by the seat of your pants. I buy ingredients that aren't aligned with my goals. Sometimes I forget the items that I wanted for recipes and I'd have to make stuff up. And then I would completely, if I did pick a recipe, I would lose my mind at the grocery store if they didn't have an ingredient that I wanted. And I literally was always in a conversation at 5:30 or 6 o'clock about what was for dinner. Like, I don't know what's for dinner because I didn't have a plan. It was always, I don't know what's for dinner. I don't know what's for dinner. What do you want for dinner? Tell me in the comments if you've had this conversation. Well, what do you want for dinner? Well, I don't know. What do you want for dinner? I don't know. Pasta sounds good. Yeah, but I don't really want to make pasta. That dirties a lot of pans. Oh, we could do potatoes. Nah, I don't really want to peel the potatoes. What about stir fry? Nah, I don't know. I was kind of thinking maybe we'd have soup. Okay, soup. What do you want to do for soup? I don't know. We've got lentils, and like for a half an hour, you're trying to decide what's for dinner. And then guess what you end up doing? If you were like me, you ended up dining out because you were like, you know what? It's been a half an hour. I'm hungry. I'm frustrated. Let's just go out to eat. If that's relatable, drop it in the chat, because that was my life. Literally until we implemented this meal planning strategy. And when I started planning my meals into my calendar, so it wasn't that I just sat down and had a blank template. I actually sat down with my planner and said, okay, tomorrow I have a call at 6 o'clock, so I'm probably not going to be cooking dinner. So what can I do for dinner tomorrow that will accommodate my schedule? That's the differentiator. It's not about just throwing spaghetti up at the wall and seeing what sticks on what day. It's really about making an intentional habit of what am I going to cook? When am I going to cook it? But there's a key takeaway, and I'm not there yet. So I started planning meals into my calendar very intentionally in December of 2019. I was able to space out those high effort meals. So I wasn't doing 3 back-to-back meals that took an hour. I was able to better predict my grocery bill, which helped me save money. So drop it in the chat if saving money is important to you, because that has changed my whole grocery budget, being able to really consciously make decisions about food. I was not stressed at dinner time because I knew what I was making, and my dear husband, no offense to the guys on the call, he also knew what I was making. So there was no conversation back and forth. It was just, we're making spaghetti because that's what's on the meal plan. The other big piece of meal planning that I really started to enjoy was I could easily delegate the meal if something came up. So I'm working with editors. I get the cookbook to review, and I want to drop everything and get to it, right? Because this is like a time sensitive thing. So I'd be able to say, John, cook up this meal. This is what we're doing. Here's the recipe. All the ingredients are there. You're good to go. And he would be fine with that. Or I would be late coming from the campground. I worked at the campground office during the summer, and I might be coming home late, and he would be able to I could say, oh, lentil soup's what's for dinner. Go ahead and get that started. Or we're going to do baked tofu. Can you cut the tofu and get it in the oven? And then I could get home and I could get it prepped. So with a plan, I could easily hand off the recipe and ask for help. So if you're have a busy work schedule or family obligations, or people that rely on you for help, you know what I'm talking about when something comes up and you really need to be able to delegate that recipe or delegate that meal and be like, I need help. And it's not, I need help, you figure out what's for dinner. It's, I need help, here's everything, I'm gifting it to you. Look how easy it is, you can help me, right? That's the key. Now, I know what some of you might be thinking. Kathy, I'm not a planner. I like to fly by the seat of my pants. I'm going to drop the hammer, so don't get offended. Is what you're doing right now working to get you to your goal? If it's not, what do you got to lose? Try meal planning my way. I'm here to support you. You've got me. I'm here to guide you through, because I was there. Right? I was like, what do I need a meal plan for? My mom didn't meal plan. She was just like, yeah, we're having chicken tomorrow. And I mean, she probably did meal plan. I just didn't know that's what she was doing. Right? So I'm here to support you. I know the frustrations and the stress when you spend 30 minutes talking about what's for dinner. And I know what it's like when you eat out because you couldn't, or eat something unaligned to your goal because you couldn't make a decision. So take a deep breath. It's okay if you're not a planner. We are in this together. Now, the importance of meal planning, even when you aren't a planner, is that it is a commitment to that goal that we talked about and talked through on Monday. It is a commitment to how you want to eat, and you are making the commitment long before the action actually takes place. Meal planning helps hold you accountable. Now, I'm going to throw in a caveat. Listen. If you have family members and they're close to you, or even if they're not, you've got friends, and you have a whole meal plan put together, and your friend calls and says, hey, I don't know if you knew this, but we're actually headed to your campground and we're going to hang out with you for a week. Your meal plan might get adjusted. That's okay. It's not an everyday habit, right? So if you have a camper and you want to come visit me at a campground, I would gladly change my meal plan so we can hang out. Just saying. Hinting, perhaps. But what I'm trying to get at is it's about the habits that you're developing. So what if 1 week doesn't go as perfectly planned? Just think about the difference you'll have in your life if you have 3 other weeks out of the month that do go as planned. So most people find meal planning to relieve the stress in the kitchen. They know it would work for them, but they just aren't quite sure how to do it or how to get started. Or, which is, and I lived this on both sides, you buy a meal plan that's full of crazy ingredients or full of recipes with ingredients you don't like, and you just end up reverting back to your same old meals that keep you in your meal rut. They no longer excite you, and you've wasted all this money on meal plans. So as somebody who actually did run a subscription meal plan, I found that was my problem. I was sharing recipes that I loved, not taking into consideration my subscribers. So that's actually, if any of you had ever been part of that meal subscription, that's actually why we ended that, because that was not serving any, it was not serving. It was not providing what my clients needed, right? It was too scripted, and I'm all about customization. Like, there's no reason for you to get gluten in your recipes if you can't eat gluten. So let's keep that in mind as we go through this. Now, in this workshop on today, I'm going to share with you recipes you may or may not like, right? So keep that in mind with a little caveat. But when I work with my clients, I do work with you to try and share recipes that do fit your dietary preferences or requirements. So for today's session, I'm going to guide you through meal planning for success. We're going to start with a 1-day plan. I would love to do a 7-day plan, and perhaps we can do the 2-hour session coming up soon where we can do that. I do offer co-planning sessions with my clients in my program because I do find it to be such a key to success. So first, I want to start with 3 keys to meal planning. And I actually added this today, so unfortunately it's not in your workbook. But these are super, super important. The first key: plan meals that you are so excited to make that you don't want to miss them even if you're tired. I have found myself in the kitchen making my favorite tacos at 7:30 at night after a long day simply because I love them and I did not want to miss eating them. When you plan meals that excite you, you have a greater chance of sticking to them, which is one reason why I highly recommend building a recipe list as part of your individualized resource arsenal. It should be your go-to recipe list. We're going to get into that a little bit in a minute. That's key number 2, actually. Organize your recipes for easy access. And I'm excited to announce that we will be doing a free workshop, a bonus session, coming to you on Monday, February 15th. So mark your calendars at 7 p.m. Eastern, just like we're doing right now, on how to organize your recipes for easy access. So for now, a quick tip is, on a sheet of paper, write down your favorite and most exciting meals and where to access them so you have the recipes at your fingertips. So obviously in that bonus session, I'm really going to dig into how I keep track of my recipes, where I put them, how I know where to access them when I'm, in my meal planning sessions. And I want to be able to share all of that with you. But a really quick tip strategy is just to keep a running list of those favorites, and maybe what cookbook they're in, or what website they're from, or where you saved it. Did you save it on Pinterest? Did you save it on Instagram? Did you save it in Facebook? So that you're not running around trying to figure out where it is. But yes, organize your recipes. That is tip number 2. So 1, plan meals you're excited about. 2, organize your recipes for success. And then 3, treat your meals like a date or calendar appointment. I know, it's not a date with the doctor. Those are not fun. This is supposed to be fun. Treat it like a calendar appointment. It might only be a 5-minute calendar appointment where you're whipping up some oats, or, cooking up a quick 15-minute stir fry or fried rice. It doesn't have to take a long time. It's not like a 4-hour meal session. It is a quick calendar appointment. But by doing that, you're scheduling that out, you're blocking it out, you're fitting it into your everyday life, right? So your meals that you're cooking up for nourishment for you and your family are now part of your daily calendar. It's not something to be forgotten. It is part of what you do every day. So this is how I plan meals that excite me. I start by looking at my calendar. So I'm going to do a 1-day meal plan with you right now. And I'm going to give you a couple of options. And then after the session, I will put the links for these options in the homework tab so that you'll have the recipes right at your fingertips in the homework tab. Or I'll send them to you in an email if you do not have Facebook. So the first thing I do, I look at my calendar and I see how much time I have for breakfast. if like this morning I had to call at 6 my time, so that's 7 Eastern. So I had to call at 6. Then I had to call at 7 my time, which was 8 Eastern. So I had like 15 minutes, but I had already made an oatmeal recipe yesterday that I could heat up. So I had that kind of in my head, like, this is what I'm going to do for breakfast. If I don't have much time, I'll make an overnight oats recipe. And I do have 3 of those on veginspired.com. I have a peaches and cream one. I have a maple pecan, and then I have like a peanut butter and jelly. So I'll make that the night before, and then they're a quick grab and go breakfast for the next day. So you could do oats for breakfast. But if you don't like oats or you don't want oats, I also make ahead breakfast sandwiches. I will bake some tofu slabs, and I'll make a batch of tempeh bacon. And then I'll have avocado, and I'll just put together tofu, tempeh bacon, and avocado on a toasted English muffin. And I can wrap that in, one of those reusable sandwich bag things or wrappers. And I could take that to go. I don't really go anywhere for my commute is down the steps. So that's, I don't leave the house anymore. I also do smoothies for breakfast. So you can pick one of those: overnight oats, make ahead breakfast sandwich, or a smoothie. And I'll put recipes for those in the chat, in the homework thread, or I'll send them to you in an email if you are on YouTube. And then when I'm doing my lunch, I look at my commitments, right? If I have a lot of lunchtime commitments, then I'm looking at either what I had the night before for that I could use for leftovers, or I'm making something new. When I worked outside the home, I would take, I would prep a sweet potato, and I have this on my blog. I have sweet potatoes and black beans and spinach, and I would put those in one container, and then I would bring avocado and the tahini sauce in another, and I would heat the sweet potatoes, black beans, and spinach up. The spinach gets nice and wilty, and then I would just drizzle on the tahini sauce and add the avocado, and that was my easy lunch. So I have that, the sweet potato and black bean meal prep on Veg Inspired. I can put that in the comments. So if that's an easy recipe, or now that I'm working at home, I might make something like a quick rainbow quinoa salad, or my chickpea salad sandwich, which is chickpeas with some veggies and tahini that I can make into like a kind of like tuna salad, but with chickpeas. But honestly, my favorite lunch is a big plate of russet potatoes cut into wedges and baked and dipped in ketchup, and then a side salad. That's my favorite lunch. So, as I'm planning my meals, I look at what my commitments are, and I pop those into the chat. If you're at home, homeschooling your children, or if you've got, clients that you're taking out for lunch, you might have a different, and I don't know, we're in a COVID world. None of that stuff even happens anymore, does it? But anyway, you have to accommodate what your day is going to be like. You can't just be like, yeah, I'll wing it and grab fast food on your way home. That's not aligned with your goals. If it were aligned with your goals, you probably wouldn't be in a workshop entitled Eat More Plants, right? Because how many plant-based foods are there at the fast food store? So, kind of stick into your calendar, your commitments, and your goals. How are you going to fit this into your lifestyle? And it's not hard. It just takes those breaking down those old habits. Okay, so back to my calendar for my dinner. This week is a perfect example of really needing to be able to plan and delegate. So all week long, I've had quick soups, leftovers, and I've really kind of let John take the reins on some of the meals so I didn't have to think about them. And he made us tofu tacos, chili. Last night we had baked potatoes with leftover chili on them. Today we had leftover chili and sandwiches. I mean, it's really just kind of about, what are we going to have? What can we eat? We're trying to eat up food out of the freezer because we need to defrost the freezer. I mean, silly things like that. But those are all things I take into consideration when I'm meal planning. So tomorrow he's making us lentil soup. I go even a step further. It's going to be like 47 this week, like really cold this weekend. So I have soups planned for every meal because I'm like, that's the perfect thing to eat, right? When it's cold. So other examples for dinner that I can put in the thread are the chickpea crabless cakes. So they're like crab cakes made with chickpeas. I also have the chickpea meatloaf patties. So if any of these recipes sound like something you want to try for your meal plan, jot them into your meal plan section in your workbook. Tofu tacos are a great one. Lasagna, I have lasagna. That's not really a quick weeknight meal, but it did come together faster than some lasagnas that I've made. And then you could do a simple pasta or, veggies over rice. I've shared multiple ideas, burrito bowls, things like that. And then I always plan in what I'm going to keep on hand for snacks. -20. Sorry, I can see just a smidge of the chat, and I saw Vanessa's comment that it's -20, and I'm down here talking about it being cold. Anyway, so for snacks, I usually keep hummus and veggies and popcorn on hand at all times. Popcorn is a little bit, it's on that like don't eat all the time scale if you're following the Dr. McDougall way of eating. But it is a quick snack that I can whip up, 1/4 of a cup of kernels in the microwave in a brown paper bag, and I have air popped style popcorn. And I just usually use nutritional yeast and liquid aminos and hot sauce on it. And then if I want something sweet, I always have the ingredients to make those oat cookies or stuffed dates or energy balls. So those are kind of the things that I keep on hand. So if you did your homework last night, you kind of know how I share recipes. Many of you have lots of new recipes to try. So I do want you to kind of customize your meal plan a little bit, but I want you to use those key strategies that I talked about. Planning meals that you're excited about, right? I want you to make sure that they're planned in. Like I can tell you to make lasagna tomorrow, but if you've got calls until 6 o'clock and then you've got, your kids have a ball game or something, do they even do that? I don't even know. You're not going to make lasagna, right? So it has to kind of fit into your life. I can give you the ideas, but it has to be planned around your calendar. So the important takeaway in the whole process is that making yourself nourishing and plant-based meals should be part of your daily routine, not an afterthought. So I encourage you to do schedule in that 10-minute grab-and-go oatmeal or the time to cut up your potato wedges and toss them together in a salad. Or, if you're going to do a super easy soup with veggie broth, lentils, some frozen veggies, maybe some pasta, herbs and spices, and really kind of make a quick clean out the kitchen soup, I definitely recommend that. So when I'm doing my meal planning, and I'm going to kind of go through this a little quickly, I number all my meals. So if the overnight oats was on my menu plan, I would number it number 1. When I make my grocery list, I just put a little number 1 next to the oats, the frozen peaches, the flax, the chia, the maple syrup, the non-dairy milk, the things that I need for that recipe, I just put a little 1. That reminds me, I needed chia for that recipe. And I do that so that when I'm at the grocery store and I see that they don't have frozen peaches, I have to think on my feet, what am I going to swap this with? Oh, what were the frozen peaches for? I can be like, because I forget. By the time I've planned, some weeks, I'm going to tell you, sometimes we go to the grocery store and I've planned for 2 weeks. My biggest accomplishment was planning for the month that we were going to be in quarantine, leaving Florida to go to Chattanooga. I planned groceries for an entire month, 1 month. So, it really helps keep me on track of what that ingredient was for. Because, if I need avocados for 4 recipes, I need to know that I need avocados for 4 recipes so that I'm not at home trying to break 1 avocado into 4 pieces to eat it for 4 recipes. So it really is helpful for me to do that. It's one of my bonus strategies. And then, of course, as you're planning, you can say, okay, well, if I get the frozen peaches for the overnight oatmeal, I could grab a bunch of bananas and do a peach banana smoothie the next day. Maybe add in some of that spinach from my salad, my spinach and russet salad, and now I've used up ingredients. So I'm piggybacking those ingredients and really getting, stretching the food to last more than just 1 meal. So I know I breeze through meal planning. It really has become such a great habit for me. So I do invite you to kind of keep your eyes on the calendar for any additional meal planning sessions that we have coming up. Again, those big takeaways are plan meals that you are excited about, organize your recipes for easy access. And that is an upcoming bonus session. And then treat your meals like a date or a calendar appointment. Okay, so those are like my big 3 takeaways. Now, I'm so excited. One of my favorite things about this workshop is bonus session announcement day, and that is today. So give me a yip, yip, holler, holler, whatever you want to amen in the comments, because I am getting ready to announce the bonus sessions. So far this week, we've talked about clearly defining your goal, your why, and really visualizing your achievement, right? Wasn't that fun to kind of think about where you were going to be in 3 and 6 and 9 months from now? How different your life might be if you when you hit that goal, and when you're fitting in that dress, and when you're playing with the nieces and nephews, and all of that. That was fun. I've shared how to reframe your plate, and we wrote affirmations. I hope you've been saying them. Yesterday, we talked about foods and different ingredients and meal ideas. Today, I shared my meal planning tips. And here's what we have coming up. So tomorrow, 7 p.m. Eastern, same time, same place, we will be finishing the workbook with day 5, which is our purposeful and intentional progress. So it's the progress over perfection session. It's the progress over perfection session. And it is, I think meal planning is my favorite. That might be my second favorite. Like, I love all these sessions. Saturday morning is the only time that the time changes. So on Saturday, 10 a.m., I want you to grab your favorite morning beverage and meet me for coffee or tea or orange juice or a mimosa if you're feeling it, or a Bloody Mary, whatever. On Zoom, I'm going to share a closed Zoom session, and we're going to do all your questions answered. So any question you could possibly have about anything that I've shared this week, either through today, or tomorrow, or anything else, it's all wide open. You can ask me anything, and I'll answer it. And because it's my birthday, we'll have a little virtual birthday party. So come with your questions and your favorite beverage. That will be at 10 a.m. Eastern. That will be on Zoom, not on Facebook or LinkedIn, not on Facebook or YouTube. It'll be on Zoom at 10 a.m. Eastern, and I will post an event in the Facebook group and in the replay email. Sunday, 7 p.m. I know it's Valentine's Day, but we're going to spend it together. We're going to talk next steps and mindset towards your goal. Okay? Next steps and mindset towards your goal. I do see you guys popping in the chat. I will get into the chat and answer your questions in just a smidge. And then, so Sunday, next steps and mindset towards your goal, getting that foundation built. Monday, organizing your recipes into a usable resource arsenal. And then Tuesday, meals on a budget. You guys keep asking for these budget-friendly meals, and I'm going to deliver. So meals on a budget. So set your calendar. Everyone, all the bonus sessions tomorrow, well, tomorrow's not a bonus session, but Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday are all 7 p.m. Eastern, Facebook and YouTube. And then Saturday morning, 10 a.m. Eastern will be Zoom. Zoom is easy. It will be a link, and you can either download the app, or I think you can use it in your browser. I have the app on my phone. And then it's actually a video chat. So come, with your hair brushed, and we can actually video chat. So you can party with me, and we'll virtual cheers and things like that. So that is super fun. Let me pop into the chat and see what questions you have. I've got more to talk about tonight. Thank you for the happy early birthday. Stephanie, that's about Zoom, 10 a.m. Eastern. Tacos sound good. Let's hear it. You guys are fun. Forks Over Knives does have good ones. The second and third blanks. Let me go back over here. I will plan so that I can eat meals that nourish me. So meal planning is hard because you're breaking down habits. I will plan so that I can eat meals that nourish me. The importance of meal planning, even when you aren't a planner, is committing to your goal. And then my one-day meal plan, you will plan meals that excite you. So you'll plan so that you can have meals that nourish you. The importance of meal planning is the commitment to your goal, and the one-day meal plan, I will plan meals that excite me. Let's see, we're talking about the cold temperatures. I do have some cabbage rolls and some stuffed peppers. I can add that. Send me an email about that because I will forget. Thank you, Sonia. I'm telling you, taking the calendar into consideration, because if you don't know what's going on, you're like all over the place. You guys have the best. I want to just be in the chat. I feel like I miss out on all you guys' fun stuff in the chat. Okay, you guys rock. This is so fun. Okay, let's see. Where are we? All right, so we talked about all the fun stuff that we did this week. We talked about all the fun things that are coming up. And I just am so grateful, and I thank you so much. And I hope that you have enjoyed what I've shared so far and that you are super excited about what is to come. I know many of you have had some really profound breakthroughs that you've been sharing with me in your homework and via the messages and via email. And I invite you, if you've not been in those contact with me, let's get connected. Let's talk about what's happening. Let's talk about what you're feeling. And I know that where you are on this journey is exciting, and I'm super excited for you. If you do feel like you are ready to charge ahead on this and you're totally confident and ready to go and you're in a big yay, I am cheering you on. And I know that from this workshop, you will have a great foundation and you will continue to learn more in the next few days and the bonus sessions. However, if you feel that while you're thrilled and super pumped about what I've shared, you really would still like some additional support and accountability, you know that you don't want to try to figure this all out on your own, and you'd really love a blueprint to follow that is already proven and vetted for you so that you can get to that big outcome that you visualized, whether it was weight loss or more energy or health, or even just getting more plants into your diet without the overwhelm. I want you to consider working with me. I am excited, so excited to open some more seats in the Successfully Plant-Based Coaching Program. And I know that it is your answer for support and accountability. It's what you've been asking for. It is a customized roadmap that will get you to that little black dress moment or that memory-making playtime with your nieces and nephews. It's the program that will guide you to find the joy in cooking those simple and nourishing plant-based meals for you and your family. It is the answer to finally breaking through the overwhelm and these bad habits that you may have developed and really get you eating more plants so you can feel the energy and the wellness and hear that good news from your doctor. Can I guarantee your results? No, I can't come to your house and cook for you and shop for you and make intentional decisions for you. But what I can tell you is that the Successfully Plant-Based program works when you implement the strategies outlined in your individualized, customized plan. The beauty of this program is that it was designed from a place of passion and servitude. After I found a gap in the market, that gap is accessibility and accountability. This program is not a one-size-fits-all program. It is designed for people who know they want to eat plants, but just aren't sure where to start, or they literally feel like they're standing in an overwhelm of information similar to drinking out of a fire hydrant. Relatable? Do you feel like sometimes there's just so much information you just don't know where to go? This program is designed to get you out of that overwhelm. It is a success-based program that is delivered by someone who has been where you are and is where you want to be. Habit development, implementation, recipes, meal planning, and support are provided to you on a weekly basis over the course of 12 months so that you can learn and develop the day-to-day habits to keep you moving forward to the lifestyle that you know that you deserve and that you want to live. Now, your results aren't spread over 12 months. Your habit and your implementation are. I'm here for you through all those seasons of life changes to keep you on track, to hold you accountable, even when things in your life may change. I found so many programs are just too short, and people invest all this money only to go off track weeks or months after the program ends, which is why I created this longer term approach to really help guide you through the phases of implementation on your various paths to navigate. So what do you get? You get one-on-one coaching with me. If you loved this week of workshop and you're so excited about the next 4 days, 5 days of bonus sessions, the coaching program is like a 10x of that. You get weekly coaching from me. You get access to me to answer your questions, to share recipes, to review your meal plans. We have live cooking classes. We have live group menu planning classes. We get together, we plan together. In a nutshell, I'm here with you to create your path to success. We run it together. Need help with a recipe idea to recreate your mother-in-law's famous cake to surprise your husband or spouse? I'm here. Need someone to review your meal plan and help you stick to it? That's me. Need a shoulder to lean on when things get tough? Because let's face it, we know during a lifestyle change, things get tough. I'm here for it. I'm here for all of it. I have found my true passion in life, and I'm all in to help you transition to that achievable place that you visualized on Monday. That moment when you step on the scale and hit your milestone goal, or you zip up your favorite dress, or when you cross the finish line with your granddaughter or your niece running that Girls on the Run 5K. I'm here for all of it. I'm here when you get overwhelmed going into barbecue season because the COVID world is finally opened and this is the first gathering you'll attend plant-based. I've been in all of these situations and I'm here and ready to support you. So if you are interested, I invite you to visit veginspired.com/coaching 2021. I can put that in on the chat. After you join the program, you will fill out a very detailed new client questionnaire. I review your answers myself, and I create a customized roadmap to help you successfully achieve your plant-based eating goal. We meet to have your first call with me. It's a discovery call to go over what you answered on your questionnaire, to clarify any questions that I have. And then each month after, we have a one-on-one coaching call where you and I talk about your progress and your core strategies of focus. In addition to that, you will be able to participate in our weekly group coaching call, our recipe and meal plan co-planning workshops, a customized resource arsenal of recipes and meal ideas that meet your goal and your dietary preferences. You have access to our membership site. You have an individualized resource arsenal, and then you have accessible, direct communication with me to answer those questions throughout the week and during my open office hours. These are only open to successfully coaching participants. My mission and my passion is to help all people who want to eat more plants reach that goal. So if you are ready, I do invite you to join us today at veginspired.com/coaching 2021. A lot of people wonder if this program will work for them, and I'm excited to answer that question because it's for everyone. No matter where you are on your journey, if you want to eat more plants, this program is for you. When you show up, do the work, and invest in yourself, I will guide you to reach your goal, and we will celebrate that milestone together. This program is for busy people who want to eat more plants and get back time. It's for retirees, parents, empty nesters. It's for people who love to cook but don't know what to cook. It's for people who don't like to cook and want to learn how to cook. It's for people who are cooking for multi-preference households. There's my trademark name again. This program is for everyone who wants to eat more plants. It is a 12-month lifestyle coaching program priced at $400 per month or my 10% discount off of that for a pay in full. Who doesn't love a discount? If you are ready to commit and find that one solution that you need to achieve your goal, now is the moment. This is your sign. I was placed into your life at exactly the right moment that you needed, and I am ready to welcome you into the Successfully Plant-Based family. It is a 12-month program, and you can opt for that pay in full option to save yourself 10%. Now, if you're like me, when I invested in my coach, because don't ever trust a coach that doesn't have a coach, I needed more clarity. I needed somebody to really walk me through what this looked like. I needed answers. So I'm here for it. I invite you to schedule a call with me. But this is what this call's not going to be what you think it is. I'm not going to hop on that call and convince you to join me. Because frankly, if I have to beg you to join me or convince you to join me or talk you into it, am I going to have to talk you into the steps on the plan too? I truly care about you. I have poured my heart into this workshop this week and into that program because on November 17th or whatever, when I stepped on the scale to weigh my cat and weighed way more than I'd ever weighed, I knew that I needed a change in my life. And I made that change, and I know that you are out there and you need that change too. Because you wouldn't be here with me an hour a night if you didn't know that something needed to change. So I'm not going to ask you to get on a call to convince you. I am going to invite you to look at your goal with you and see if the Successfully Plant-Based Coaching Program is a fit for you. Does it fit? Can we make it fit? How can we make it fit? And if it's not, how can I continue to support you? So I am grateful that you're here and that you are in my space. I invite you to join the Successfully Coaching Plant-Based Program. I invite you to book a call with me. Let's talk about it. Let's see if it fits into your life. Regardless of what happens, I am going to show up for the next 5 days to deliver for you the information you need to have a foundation to start and move on this journey. I know you have big goals, and I can't wait to follow along on them. I hope you have an awesome night. I want to get into the chat and see if I have questions I can answer. There are some people joining in right now. Again, I invite you to ask your questions either in the chat now or on the call on Saturday morning or in a private coaching call or implementation call where we can get on the phone. I can send out that link again. We can use the same link just to explore what those next steps might look like, to dream a little. I don't see much in the chat, so I am so thankful that you were here with me, and I am so excited to welcome our February 2021 graduates into the Successfully Plant-Based program, and I'm just eager to get started. Do not forget to share your homework in our homework thread. Snap a picture of that one-day meal plan, and I will get those recipes up in there for you. And I cannot wait to do progress over perfection tomorrow. Have an awesome night, and I'll see you later. Bye.